beautiful. Welcome back to Nat's Beautiful Life and day 15 of Natvember. It is the final day of Natvember, and if this is your first time watching me, my name is Natasha Medina. Yes, my name. And I'm a freelance makeup artist, business consultant, and blogger, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today, or actually with us, because my dog Barry is down here. Alright, so today's video is going to be very just kind of chill and relaxed, and we're just going to be reflecting on 2017. And if you'd like to see my New Year's resolutions video, planning video, all of that, check out the description box below. I'll have them linked there. I did set some goals, some definite resolutions for the month for the year of 2017, and for the most part, I have kept them. This has been a miracle year for me. This has been a year when I've really accomplished a lot of goals, and I worked hard and set out to, and did the things that I set out to do. So, and I'm really worried to have lipstick on my teeth, but I don't think I do. Okay, so I'm gonna put my resolutions that I had up here on the screen, and we're just gonna go through them. There's not a lot, so it's gonna be cool. The first one was to get up with the alarm or set no alarm at all. And I have been doing very well at getting up early. One of my other resolutions was to move every day, and with that I started seeing a chiropractor, physical therapist, all of that, to try and get myself healthy. As far as I have a muscle and joint condition, heart condition, all kinds of fun things, but the energy level is a problem. The pain just from day-to-day living is a problem. So I want it to be as healthy as I can be so that I could move and accomplish the goals that I set out for myself. And so one of the things that my chiropractor, physical therapist, they're all in one building together, have taught is that proper sleeping will also give you proper waking. And that doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to be able to pop up with the alarm and not be exhausted or something like that, which that will help. But the actual ideal is for you to wake up without an alarm at the time you need to. And so I have been waking up at the same time every day. But here's the thing with the fallback, it's getting a little harder. So I'm really actually wanting to get up even earlier. So I'm going to have to put that back in place to get up with an alarm again, which I always set an alarm just in case. But I have been getting up earlier this year than I have any year before. And it's just one of those things that I do now. So having my morning routine is awesome, and it helps me get ready for my day, and it also kind of pushes me forward to get going. So that getting up with the alarm and getting up a bit earlier, and like I said, have said a million times, getting up early for you may not be getting up early for me, may not be getting up early for someone else. I know some people who get up at 4:30, 5:30. No, I'm thinking like 7, 8 o'clock is super early for me. 9 o'clock is what my goal was. I have reached that. So my eventual goal is to definitely be able to get up by 8 o'clock. Now I could get up at 7, but there's no real reason for me to get up at 7, to be honest. But a lot of times I get up at 7 anyway, because sometimes I just can't sleep. Whatever. Neither here nor there. But the getting up early thing, the getting up with the alarm, that was the whole purpose of it. So I could go ahead and get started on my day and not feel so groggy and bleh, towards mid-morning. It's worked. I've done it. So yay! But it did take a while to get into that habit. But yeah. The next one was to eat healthy and meal prep. So the meal prepping started out strong, and I started and I stopped a couple times within the year. But the eating healthy has stayed with me, and I've even learned throughout the year, because let me tell you, when you are changing your eating process, that takes time, because your body is used to something. It could be used to something bad, but your body is used to it, certain things, so you have to change. And I know, like 7 years ago, when I became vegetarian, I was told at that time there's going to be a couple of days or a day there when your body's completely detoxing and you're going to feel like you have the flu. and you're gonna think you have the flu. And when that day hit, because I knew it was coming and I felt like that, I knew what was happening, so I felt better about it. But with the eating healthy and all of that, you will still have those days where you feel like crap and you think, well, if I just eat this or that or the other, I'll feel better. And you might, but then you're kind of breaking your goals. So just know, if you have a goal for that, to give yourself an ample amount of time for that to happen. It's not going to happen overnight. And then a year later, really revamping my whole eating system. I have done it several times. I've changed, and then I had to change again, and then I had to change again. And so that takes time. And so give yourself a break with that, but also, you know, keep going. But just know that that is something that doesn't happen overnight. And I keep pointing over there because that's where my goals are listed. That's another thing. I took my resolutions. They're not very big, but they're small, and they're on a little goal board up there. I'll put my goal board versus inspiration board link down below. It's a blog with all kinds of pictures and stuff. But I'll put that down below so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's what's, you know, really helped me, is just to realize it's a process. And I have been doing well with that. And I found with the meal prep, that is really awesome and it really helps out. But sometimes I'm not disciplining myself to do it, but on a consistent basis. So I will do it. But as long as I have healthy things within the house that I can grab, that I can throw together, that I can make, I feel like that to me is just as good as meal prepping, because I do work from home. So it's easy for me to just be at home and, you know, just grab things I have here. If I worked out of the home and I had to take my lunch with me and stuff, which I would, then I would be more, I think, in that meal prep mindset. But I did enjoy that Sunday night meal prepping and things, and even just prepping ingredients to have is a good idea. But the healthy eating has been a real success. I feel so much better, and I think that is the main thing when it came to exercise, being healthy, eating healthy. It wasn't about weight loss and all of that. It was about feeling better. I had a goal that was within me, like that I wanted to not be in pain, because I have a digestive disorder, which makes food hard sometimes, and I have to stay with very bland things, which isn't fun because I don't always like bland things. But yeah, so having some other kind of outward type of, you know, motivation. It wasn't just, you know, like, yeah, I did want to lose weight, look nice. That was, you know, but I figured that would be a side effect of doing the right things. And doing the right things, my goal was to feel better. And I think if you keep kind of that kind of mindset, then you'll be a little bit more successful in that. The other thing was no screens before bed. I have been doing amazing at this. So what I actually have been doing is no screens after 10 p.m. So no phone screen, no computer screen, no TV, nothing like that. Doesn't mean no electronics. So if I want to listen to music or Spotify or something, I don't mind that, but I'm not staring at a screen after that. The blue light, I do have a blue light filter. It comes on all my devices at 10, just to let me know. And if I have to do something, then I have that blue light filter there. The blue light from phones and TVs and things like that, they keep you awake. And there's a science behind that, which I ain't going to go into, but yeah. So that has been helpful. But it also has helped me. I love to read, and I read a lot. But I've been reading a lot more because at 10 o'clock, it's helped me know it's time to turn everything off. And then I can either start reading a book or, you know, cleaning, get ready. Like, well, I say clean. If I do too much, then I'll start, like, do you hear him snoring? My dog is snoring on the floor. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but that has been a real big help for me. It's just, it puts me to sleep. Like, it makes my brain know it's time to wind down and go to sleep. And then I can get up early and be rested. Move every day. It is important that I move every day and stretch and everything. And so with my physical therapy, chiropractor and all that, I had physical therapy exercises to do at home and stuff like that. So that had me moving every day. And that encouraged me to join the gym and work with a personal trainer. And then I got really into weightlifting And I've always enjoyed that, but I never really had a focus like I have now. And I found all these really great people on YouTube and Instagram that I love and are just very supportive with all of that. And then the trainer's really good, and I think I'm in a really good gym. I really do, and it's close to me, which is awesome. Because if it was way far away, let's be honest, I would have problems getting there, but it's not that far, and it's a really, really good gym and really good people in it. So that has encouraged me. Another thing is having goals within those goals. So not only, like I said, it's never really been about weight loss, even though I want to lose fat. I have gained so much muscle, and it's been about being able to lift heavier, being able to climb inclines. That was the thing with my cardio. I wanted to be able to walk up hills and stairs without, you know, losing breath and all of that. So having those goals and then having a plan to reach those goals have really helped with that. Be more organized as a family. This requires like help from the rest of the family. Like my husband, it's just me and my husband, and he's just not an organized person, God love him. We have a calendar in the kitchen, and I don't think he ever thinks to look at it anymore, but that is something we got to work on as a family. But that's something that I have to work on. Just like, give me your school schedule, and then I sit down with my calendar and I kind of go ahead and write down, like, he's in school every other weekend right now. He has a degree in business, and he's now going back to get a new certification and designation that's a national thing for finance, blah, blah, blah. So I try to keep track of that, and then we try to plan out, like, the thing is, it goes on my calendar so that I can know, and then, because, like, sometimes people, like, his family will do, like, a group text and be like, we want to go to this opening of this movie, and he'll be like, yeah, that's great, and then like, no, you have school, and he's like, oh crap, you know. So that's kind of what, that's gonna fall on my shoulders a little bit more, just because that's just who he is. He tries, but, you know, whatever. But that's getting better, and it's taking me realizing that a lot of that's just gonna fall on my shoulders. But he is good about, like he is a finance person, so he is really organized about making sure he takes care of the finances. When we got married, I mean, I had been the person who took care of money forever and had to take care of all of that. And when we got married and he was, you know, in finance, I was like, here you go. So I take care of my business finances and with my stuff and all that. But when it comes to, like, bills, mortgages, I'm like, here, you take care of that, because I don't want to. I absolutely know that I can. I just, why? Why bother? So he's really good at that. We don't, you know, get behind on anything like that. But yeah, he's just not so good at keeping the calendar. And the last thing and the most important thing was to be intentional in everything that I do. And that has taken just a whole new life, because if you think about being intentional, I have the actual definition of intent up here, and it says resolved or determined to do something. And intentional means it's done on purpose, it's deliberate. So making sure things aren't just happening around you. So sometimes, like, I used to have my filming setup where all I had to do was just sit down and film whenever, okay? And then I also just, everything around the house was just it was just there and like super convenient. But the problem was, when I had my film set up that way, it wasn't convenient for my daily life. Everything was in the middle of the floor. Things in the house, they may have been convenient, but they weren't necessarily neat or something I needed to have here every day. So being intentional for me meant upping my video game, setting up, like, planning videos, writing scripts, pulling, you know, I have to pull things out and set lights up and everything when I film, and just being intentional with that. Also, being intentional in my schedule and saying, oh, I'm gonna work out this day when I feel like it during the day. No, saying you get up at 8:45, you eat breakfast, you have your quiet time, you go to the gym. Having my clothes for the gym set out in the morning, making sure everything's charged, being very intentional and prepared, which I'm a pretty prepared, organized person anyway, but it was to the point where you're just having an utter convenience to the point of inconvenience. Like, this is annoying in the middle of the floor, but I don't have to spend 10 minutes to set everything up and make it better. Or, like, it would be great if I could set this here and it would be great, or, it would be perfect, but that's not how it works. Like, the lighting would be off. So I learned just to set myself up, set my filming up, set my lights up for each individual video. And so that's just one example. Also, being intentional with food. It's annoying sometimes to have to, you're tired, you've had a long day, but going to the grocery store or making dinner or, things like that, it would be so easy just to go to a restaurant and grab something. But this is a week that I have decided to be intentional about eating at home all week and not eating out. And so having to take that extra time to, make some sandwich or soup or something. But just being intentional about things and just setting goals and sticking to them. And if you're not intentional, you're not going to stick to your goals. Being intentional about being able to move every day. Being intentional about feeling better and having energy. Yes, I want to be successful in my business. I want to be successful in my home life. I want to be able to go hiking. I want to be able to do mountains and the Appalachian Trail and all of these things. But what am I doing to be intentional to get to those points? And so everything this year has been, to meet the intention of a goal. So yeah, this year, and I don't know if I mentioned this already, but this month actually, I went to Virginia. We went to Shenandoah National Park, and we did just a tiny bit of the Appalachian Trail. If it was flat, I could have gone on forever, but it was on the side of a mountain. But it took me a while to do those trails, like to go back up. But not because my body couldn't do it. My body was strong. My body was awesome. My lungs were bad. That was the problem. I couldn't breathe because of the heart problem. So that told me to be intentional December through the next time I go to really crank up that incline on those treadmills, to really do any inclines that are around here. I do live in foothills. So there's not there's one or two mountains within 30 to 45 minutes of me, but I live in foothill type things. So there are inclines, there are high places to go, and that's what I need to be training and doing now, so that when it's time to go back and do those mountains again, I'll be able to do it. So I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned that I can do it. Another thing that I set out to do this year that I did not really announce was to write my first book and have it done. I have started so many books, so many projects, and just haven't finished them because I lost my passion for them. But this year I was like, this is the book that God has put on my heart to do. And I have other books in mind, but I'm going to finish this one first. And I wanted it done by December 31st. It's not going to be done by December 31st. So I do have a new goal, and it's not going to be like the end of 2018. But I have a goal to have it finished by March 31st now. It had a kind of a dead stop. I haven't worked on it all in November because of Natvember and traveling and everything like that. December, I'm going to be able to work on it, but it's December. But I'm going to have this book done by March 31st. If it's good, if it's bad, if it's ugly, it's going to be done. And to me, that is just a dream come true, to even just write and finish a book. I have so many short stories. I have so many things. I blog. I have so many things like, that up. And I enjoy it. I feel like I love it. I love to write. And so this book is really something I have been intentional about and getting done. And I have all year long, I've been working on it, just with not only research, before that. So that's the thing, is you don't want to just go. You want to be intentional. You want to be like, ready, aim, fire. You don't want to just be like, okay, let's do that and go. You know, sometimes you have to do that, but when it comes to something like a book or something, maybe you have to do a little bit of research. So all of that takes time. I guess the main thing I want to leave you with for your 2018 goals and resolutions is give yourself the time to do these things. You're not going to be able to accomplish everything overnight, but set yourself goals. Even if you set yourself quarterly goals or monthly goals or yearly goals, you can do it if you are really committed to it. I know a lot of people set goals to goal boards, write things down. They do all the right things, but they set either unrealistic goals or goals they're not willing to do anything about. They make the goals and then they wave to them as they go by. Goodbye, bye, goal. It's, you know, the deadline's over. But just really think about what you want and who you are and what you want to accomplish, and then go from there. If this video is a little choppy, my camera keeps trying to cut off on me, so I have to start and restart it. Kind of weird. But yeah, so just know that if you set your mind to it, you believe in it, you know, you pray about it, anything that you put your mind to, you can do. You can do. The only thing that's holding you back a lot of times is you. And sometimes you have to use what you got, start where you are, you know, and just go from there. You don't have all the things that would be nice to have in order to do it, but you just got to do it. All right, so that is it for Natvember. That is it for this video. I will see you guys next month, December, and we will be doing a little bit of goal planning, but also beauty and all kinds of fun stuff, you know, our channel. So let me know if you'd like to see anything in December specifically, and I am happy to do that for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you could ever know, and share me with your friends. I will see you guys. Excuse me, that was weird. I'll see you guys really soon. Have a great day, gorgeous.